and welcome to the TMZ Podcast. I'm Charlie Cotton.
I'm Charlie Neff. Wait, where's our mascot?
Where's our cockroach mascot? Oh, yeah, he's our cockroach.
Carl the cockroach, our mascot. We introduced him yesterday. If you missed it, shout out Carl.
TMZ were the cockroaches of entertainment news, so we decided to get a cockroach mascot. Well, anyway, very sad news
Yes.
for Brad and Angelina
Is
Jolie.
it sad or is it happy?
I think it's actually a relief.
Yes, okay.
They're finally divorced after 8 years trying to settle this thing.
Oh my gosh, it's finally end of an era.
Their divorce took longer than most marriages.
Yeah, that is true.
We'll also talk about Alabama Barker because she called 911 for herself after a very strange sort of illness.
Well,
Condition.
yeah, condition.
A
probably.
strange condition.
She quit vaping.
And then called 911. Interesting. And finally, Joe Budden, famous podcaster
And rapper.
and rapper, he was caught naked outside an apartment building, his apartment building, but he was naked trying to get in using someone else's code. And there's Ring doorbell footage of it. He's now being charged, actually.
He's got a court date coming up.
Yeah, because
Very bizarre circumstances.
it's very bizarre. All right, let's get into our first story. Brad and Angelina Jolie. What?
First, any of these topics
Yeah.
that you guys want have opinions about, comments, questions, concerns, anything you want to ask us or say about us, we are live, so please go ahead and comment. And our amazing podcast crew, Branson and Wild, they're going to be
And
funneling-
Miguel.
Oh, and shout out
Sheesh
Miguel.
Louise, Charlie. Sorry, Miguel.
Shout out Miguel. And Carl, too. We'll all be funneling through your comments.
Carl is the cockroach, just to remind you. All right, I think this is a little segue has gone long enough.
You never want to tell people to comment.
I know, I always forget.
You always forget to remind them.
Brad and Angelina Jolie, they've settled their divorce. Brad said that she was dragging her feet for years. She says that, she's actually wanting to move on with her life now. But why did this thing take so long? And why did they settle right now?
I mean, I think there was a lot of stuff at stake, right? They have a lot of kids. There's been some issues where the kids don't really have a relationship with Brad.
Mm.
They also have that winery, Miraval, in, is it Italy? Or France, sorry. I think it's France.
Same thing.
Oh, God. Okay. And that they had bought that together. That's been like a whole other beast.
Yeah.
Also, I think it was just such a nasty divorce. There was like a plane incident that kind of was the straw that broke the camel's back. And I think in a way they were kind of sticking it to each other. But it is finally over.
Yeah, so they've got 6 kids together. 3 together, 3 adopted. They were together 10 years before they got married. Married 2 years before they divorced. Yeah, that plane incident really set him off. Reportedly, Brad is in love with a new woman
Yeah, he's been dating Inez de Ramon.
for a couple years.
She's
few years.
beautiful. She used to be married to Paul Wesley,
Okay.
the actor. So I guess now is just kind of like a good start for them to further their relationship.
I think so.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting because usually before holidays, just something to give you guys some insight into the entertainment world, before a major holiday, whether it's New Year's,
Mhm.
whether it's Christmas, whether it's 4th of July, usually that's when massive divorces are settled
right?
or big lawsuits are dropped.
Why?
I don't know. I think they're trying to like make it slide under the radar because, courts aren't obviously open on like New Year's Day or whatever. So the fact that this came like before New Year's Eve is kind of interesting.
They didn't bargain on TMZ would still be at work.
I know.
We didn't get holidays. So.
Right. But yeah, so usually that's when you'll find like big cases like this being filed or, like I said, dropped. But yeah, like you mentioned, Brad Pitt, he has moved on. He's been dating somebody else for quite some time. Angelina, we haven't really seen her with anybody else. I thought
Wasn't there that one guy she was linked to, the English guy?
No, because there was his girlfriend was walking ahead of them in the photo, so it was misleading.
I fell for that.
But in the documents, the divorce documents, Angelina did not ask for spousal support, which I thought was interesting. It was kind of like wiping her hands clean. Not that she needs it, right? They do have 2 children that are still underage. The twins, Knox and Vivian, they're minors, but unclear what that whole custody arrangement's going to be. Kind of like I mentioned, Brad and Angelina. The kids have really taken Angelina's side, I feel like, on this whole divorce matter.
They like them changing their last names.
Right, we've
Wasn't that
seen-
Shiloh? Was that
or Vienne.
Vienne? Yeah, like dropping the
Vivian.
Pitt. Clearly
And
they.
even who's the one that's out at HBCU?
I don't know.
Oh my god.
Please think of your points before
I know.
making them.
There's a couple children that have changed their last names.
Right. I mean, I don't know why, but I kind of like Brad Pitt in this side of things more than I like Angelina Jolie. But I
Why
don't
is
know.
that?
I just feel like she's
Just because
probably
you like Brad Pitt?
that could be it. But also, I just feel like she's probably turning the kids against him. He seems like a good guy.
All of the kids? You don't think there would be one wild hair that's like, no, Mom, I'm taking Dad's side. I know better.
I bet Brad
But it's
wishes there was.
all the kids?
I know. What? Maybe you're right, but it's just interesting. I think a lot of people are like me, and they're like, "Go, Brad. What is Angelina doing?" You know what I mean?
I mean, she's being a mother.
Yeah. I just don't think it's nice when the kids don't see the dad. I think she should be encouraging the kids to see the dad, even if she hates him.
We don't know what's happening. And
We don't.
remember, like, Pax had that huge accident not that long ago. And
On like an e-bike?
yeah. Or no, it was
Yeah,
a motorcycle, I think.
a motorcycle,
or
e-bike?
a street bike.
Yeah.
Not an e-bike.
Okay.
Is a street bike an e-bike? No.
It's a motorized bike that's
Yeah.
kind of like a motorbike.
Right. He was on like the street. I don't
Yeah,
think
he got
taking
hit.
an e-bike on the
Yeah, we
street.
call them e-bikes.
Oh.
He hit a parked car or something and then fell off.
Right. And it was like kind of a big medical scare. And I don't even think he saw his dad
Yeah.
during that time. Not that his dad didn't want to see him.
Well, hopefully now they're happy and they're single, and good luck to both of them.
yes.
On to our next story. Alabama Barker went to hospital. Why?
What is this transition?
I thought you were doing the Alabama Barker story.
I am. So why did you tee it up like that?
All right, Alabama Barker. She was taken to hospital. How come, Charlie Neff?
Over a nicotine withdrawal. So this is crazy. We broke the story yesterday, but this incident happened about a month ago. She had a medical scare. So she's been like an occasional vapor, but quit about a month ago because of her rap career. I guess people around her were advising her like, hey, you shouldn't be doing that if you want to be a rapper.
What? Rappers don't smoke? Since when?
Well, I think it's just not good for your vocal cords.
Rock stars don't smoke? Since
And,
when?
I mean, they do, right? But
Yeah.
that doesn't necessarily mean it's good for you,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, I mean, interesting advice. I think the health side of things is not good
Well,
for your
the
throat.
health side of things, but also like when you're smoking something, it's not good for your vocal cords.
Yeah, okay, so she
or
was
for
advised
any of
to give it
the
up.
gadgets inside of your esophagus.
The gadgets.
she
She gave it up.
She was advised to give it up. And after quitting abruptly, she started to feel unwell.
Okay.
And I think, like, she was really used to vaping.
Mhm.
And then her body was like, oh, no, we're not vaping anymore. What are we doing here? She called 911 herself. And she was actually diagnosed, medical experts diagnosed her with nicotine withdrawal, and advised she should have gradually weaned herself off of the vape pens rather than quitting cold turkey.
Oh, so cold turkey's a bad thing?
Well, I mean, it can make you go through withdrawals, right?
Well, I
Isn't
mean,
that the whole thing?
Yeah, I mean...
You start shaking, sweating.
No, you don't. As a frequent vapor who
You
has...
vape?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I thought you quit smoking weed because it was bad for your lungs.
Oh,
So you just went from one bad thing to another bad thing?
I quit weed for all of an hour. But
Oh my God.
But also I enjoy those little nicotine vape things. Like who doesn't?
They smell good as like an outsider.
They taste good, but yeah, I mean, and I've done months on and months off, and maybe you have the withdrawals like you kind of wish it was there when you're like a little bit bored. But for her to call 911, it just boggles my mind. I actually can't understand it. I can't understand it. You don't call 911 because you stop smoking your vape. That's the most bizarre reason.
I mean, I think if you're not feeling right, it's okay. She obviously wasn't
weird.
feeling good.
Weird, man.
But she obviously is not in the hospital anymore, and she released her new single, Vogue.
Oh, have you heard it?
Of course. I love it. I like her. I know she's like controversial and people don't want her to be a thing, but I love the Barkers. I love the Barkers.
The song is no good. The video clip is no good. It's got
I
both
love it.
It's got Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker in it.
Yes.
It's not catchy or she's not a good rapper. Like,
I think she's great.
this is just nepotism. Like,
Yeah, so what?
if she
so
was,
what?
if she was good, I'd be like, okay, yeah, it's good to give her a springboard into her career. But like, we obviously didn't listen to the same song, Charlie.
We did. You just didn't go into it with an open mind.
Oh.
You automatically were like, oh, nepotism.
I'm
don't
willing.
like her.
If there was a catchy beat or like some lyrics that I liked, then maybe. But I'm so hot, I'm in vogue.
First of all,
What?
it's not her first song.
All right.
Okay, she's had other songs.
Were they good?
Yeah, I thought so. She had the Christmas song when she was young.
Oh, that does sound good.
Yeah, back when she was doing like pop stuff in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Wow.
cute.
Have to go
I
through
like
the
Alabama.
discography. Okay. On to our final story. Joe Budden, podcaster, rapper. He was allegedly charged after a naked incident in Edgewater, New Jersey. So he was standing outside an apartment on December 30th. God, that was yesterday. And, and apparently there's Ring doorbell footage of him trying to get into the apartment. December 4th. I'd like to change that. So it was on December 4th. He was trying to get into the apartment. He was trying to get the code for a neighbor's doorbell. Like, he was trying to get in using his neighbor would buzz him in. You know how there's those things in apartments where, okay. Bzz.
Yes.
The neighbor didn't answer. So somehow he got into his own apartment.
Did you mention he was naked?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Several times. So he was charged with lewdness and disorderly persons offense under a New Jersey law, which sounds unfair, to be honest. Like, he was just outside naked trying to get into his apartment. It's not like he was, like, running around the neighborhood or...
Well, where do you think he was coming from? He was coming from the outside.
Yeah.
What do you think was happening out there?
Well, he has mentioned several times on his podcast that he is a sleepwalker.
Which, this is confusing to me because if you're a sleepwalker, why would you sleep naked?
Huh? Oh. Yeah.
If I was a sleepwalker, I'd make sure I'm bundled up because in case I end up outside, like I'm warm, I'm chilling. Maybe a good Samaritan will find me.
Imagine if you saw an attractive female naked sleepwalker.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that'd be great. But yeah, so
he's got a court date coming up on January 16th.
Don't be naked in public. All right, let's read out some of the comments. Go ahead, Charlie.
All right, so for the Brad and Angelina story, Terry Jones says, I think Angie didn't really want to let Brad go. Yeah, I mean, that's possible. To be honest with you, like, I've always been a huge Brad and Angelina supporter.
Mm-hmm.
I know this is like a hot take. I've never been a Jennifer Aniston girl.
No,
I know looking
either.
at me, you probably would think I am, but
Basic.
I was always an Angelina Jolie. I love, like, the darkness about her, and I think she's the most beautiful woman in the world. And I love Mr. and Mrs. Smith, so I really wanted them to work out. Eminem said the divorce took so long, that makes them less attractive relationship-wise.
It
does show that you get kind of nasty.
It's yeah, they're very bitter, and the dispute over this winery they both own is still ongoing.
Still ongoing.
They hate each other
too much. Deborah said definitely Team Brad. I think a lot of people love Brad.
I'm with you, Deborah.
Jerry and Vera said Team Angie every day. The first thing he did after divorce was go on national TV and brag about himself and go to therapy for his alcoholism. She didn't have to say anything to the kids. They in it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good point. That is a good point.
Senors Hangout.
Senors Hangout, which, by the way, Senors Hangout, you're always tuning in to us live. Want to give you a little shout out of appreciation. Thank you. Senors Hangout said, have a fabulous New Year's Eve, Cotton, Neff, and the podcast crew. Whoa, Branson, Wild, Miguel. Heather D said, Charlie looks like Barbie today. Which one? This one or me?
Nice.
Wow, you'd be like a scrappy Barbie, actually.
Like if it was a Jason Momoa Barbie sort of thing.
You desperately want to compare yourself to Jason Momoa.
We have a
We've
similar
gone
vibe.
over this. Dehydrated Jason
Yes,
Momoa.
but our vibe is similar.
Mr. Geek Me Out said R.I.P. Jimmy Carter. Yeah, I mean, he was 100. It's like, that's a pretty long life.
How many U.S. presidents have you interviewed, Charlie?
We've done this before. 0. You've interviewed somebody and asked them their favorite summer fruit.
I interviewed President Jimmy Carter.
Yeah.
In Washington, D.C.
And what was your question?
Do you prefer crunchy or smooth peanut butter?
Hard-hitting questions here, people.
Are you curious about the answer?
Well, not crunchy. His teeth would break off.
He likes crunchy if it's with fruit, smooth if it's just on toast.
Ooh, with fruit?
Like
Peanut
apples.
butter and fruit?
Apples. He told me this should have been the headline. He likes it with pineapple. Peanut butter and pineapple, he said. You ever heard of that?
That is bizarre.
It's bizarre.
By the way, speaking of eating, I
Okay.
started my healthy diet yesterday. Do
Mm,
I
go
look
for
a
it.
little better?
Yeah, a little bit less jowly.
Oh no! Oh, kill me. Just take me out in the back like old Yeller and shoot me. Heather A said, laugh out loud. Charlie said, I quit for like an hour. Same, Charlie Cotton, same. Did you quit?
Did you quit?
No, I think they're talking about you.
Oh, did I quit? Maybe.
Yep.
I hope so. I quit vaping. I quit weed for an hour. Yeah, I actually had
You should revisit that.
I've tried.
Don't you want to like be clear in your head and like not die? Don't you want to be around for like your kids?
Let me leave you with this.
Okay,
Let me leave you in 2024 with this, all right?
Okay.
Athletes
Yeah.
not allowed to use performance enhancing drugs, right? Illegal.
Okay.
I genuinely feel like weed is my performance enhancing drug.
Wouldn't
makes
that make you slower and less
No.
like excited to get out there? That's why you're sleeping in your car so much
Well, that's
instead
only
of getting shots.
It makes me more brilliant. It makes my mind work in a way it doesn't. It makes me happier. It makes me better, like interviews if I was to do it at work, which I don't. But it does. It's a performance enhancing drug.
What is your 2025 New Year's resolution? I hope it's leaving all that crap in the background because you have kids now.
Kids now.
Yeah.
I don't really do I just
Well,
keep
you
on going. I
should.
keep on
You
trucking.
should.
Just keep on. What are your resolutions?
Get healthier,
Yeah.
lose some weight.
Maybe study for the podcast before you come on each day.
You know what? You should be glad I'm here.
All right. Well, thank you, Charlie, for a great year.
Oh my gosh, today's the last day of 2024.
Yep.
Wait, we should do predictions.
Okay, give us one quickly, man. We're going over time.
Oh, well, I think people want to hear our predictions. Okay, my prediction is that Taylor and Travis are going to get engaged on New Year's Eve. Today.
Wow, we'll find out by tomorrow. We're not here tomorrow, by the way.
Okay.
We'll be back on the 2nd. I don't have any predictions. It'll just be the same old shit every day.
Oh my God. No arrests.
No arrests.
No divorces.
Luigi Mangione will go free.
And be on Dancing with the Stars.
Okay, I'm down for that prediction. I'm down for that prediction.
All right.
All right, thank you, Charlie.
Thank you, Charlie.
And we'll see you here next year.
Woo!